The world is unfair. Wealth is distributed unequally. The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. The wealth of the 1% is growing exponentially, while the common man is getting left in the dust. It may seem like reaching the wealth of the 1% is nearly impossible. But what if I told you that you could join the 1%? And what if I told you it's easier than you would think? That probably sounds like a bunch of BS. But if you watch this video until the very end, you will discover how you could join the 1%. First, let's talk about how much the 1% are actually worth. Well, since 2000, there have been 23.9 million new millionaires created, totaling up to 36 million millionaires worldwide. These millionaires only make up 0.7% of the total population of the earth, but they hold 46% of the global wealth. That means these millionaires are worth 128.7 trillion out of the 280 trillion in total global wealth. To add to that, total wealth controlled by the 1%, according to Forbes, they are now 2,208 billionaires. Their average net worth is 4.1 billion, and together they are worth $9.1 trillion. These are business moguls and entrepreneurs like Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett, and Jeff Bezos. So now that we know how much wealth the 1% has accumulated, we need to define what it means to be in the 1%. To be part of the 1% in America alone, in terms of income, you must make about $480,930 a year in adjusted gross income, AGI. That's a lot of money, and the average income in America is $44,564 a year. That's less than 10% of the income needed to join the 1% compared to the rest of America. So the question now is, how do you make enough money to be part of the 1% in America? Most people would go back to school, get another degree, and pick up a job on the weekends. And other people might just ask for a raise at their current job. Sure, they might make you a little extra money, but you probably won't get to that level of wealth by staying in a job. So what should you do? Well, I would start producing income in some other way, like being an entrepreneur or freelancer. Now, you might be thinking, but I don't want to be an entrepreneur. I don't want to be my own boss. That sounds like a lot of work, and it is. But let me ask you a question. You're working hard in your job, right? But are you getting rich? Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Either way, my philosophy is if you are going to be working hard anyway, you might as well get rich. So it's important to consider having some kind of side hustle. But what kind of side hustle should you do? I would start by developing a high income skill. A high income skill is a skill that can make you $10,000 or more a month. Things like copywriting, programming, high ticket closing, social media marketing, and more. And they don't have to be all related to sales or marketing, but I recommend that because it's easier to charge more when you can make your client money. Once you're making $120,000 a year, you can then start a scalable business, something that has low overhead cost, like an online business. Then once you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year from your scalable business, you can then invest in high return investments. High return investments are investments that bring you a 10% return year in and year out. My personal favorite is real estate. Others go for the stock market, forex, and cryptocurrency. Invest in whatever you understand best. This high return investment is what you will use to build your net worth and reach the $480,930 mark. This methodology is called the Wealth Triangle. And if you want to know more about it and the in-depth blueprint to start making more money, click on the image on the screen and it will take you to my Wealth Triangle video. Now, compared to the wealth of the whole world, you don't have to get as rich as you think you do to join the 1%. What do I mean by this? Let me explain. According to a report by Credit Suisse, countries like India has a median wealth of $608, and the average wealth of Africa is $411. But in North America, the average adult has a wealth of $49,460. Because of the severe difference in wealth and the poverty of other countries, you only need to make $32,400 a year to be in the top 1% in the world. So in the grand scheme of things, if you're watching this right now, if you have internet, and if you make more than $32,400 a year, then you are the 1%. What topic would you like me to speak about next? Comment below and let me know what you've learned. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you on the next one.